Mama, who are these Komsomol members?
Komsomol members? They're the maggots of the oligarchs.
The task of the Komsomol was raising convinced builders of communism, selfless patriots and defenders of the government. Every child became a pioneer and then a Komsomol member. In 1929, more than 200,000 Komsomol members were sent to new building projects of the first 5-year plan. With their help, the Moscow and Gorky automobile plants, the Stalingrad tractor plant, the Dnieper hydroelectric station, the Turkestan-Siberia railroad and the Magnitogorsk metal works were built.
Students went to work singing songs. It seemed like they were tearing away from their studies. The young people were enthusiastic. In 1928, construction of the Dnieper hydroelectric station began. From our village, about 20 people left to go work on the station. They carried the earth in wheelbarrows, there was no technology, and there was a standard quota. There were instances when someone would be scolded by the brigadier. "Hey, you, Komsomolets, why are you lagging behind?" The people who were working there were mostly Komsomol members. The Dnieper hydroelectric station was only completed in 1934. Komsomolsk on Amur, the building of a city. But we worked with great enthusiasm. We worked and we sang songs. We lived exceptionally poorly and found joy in every little success.
There was a lot of zeal. First of all, there was youthfulness. And then there were all these organizations, the pioneers and the Komsomol. Many people, everyone, got carried away with physical education.
Having restored the country after the war, the youth were given another task by the party, exploring the virgin wilderness. Hundreds of thousands of young people were sent to cultivate virgin and fallow land. The leadership didn't give them a second thought. There was nowhere to live, there often wasn't even water, and they were hardly paid for their work. There wasn't enough work for everyone, which led to protests. The settlers tried to leave with every chance they got. In 1961, in the Virgin Lands, only 8% of those who arrived in 1954-55 remained. In 1954, they reaped an enormous first harvest, but then uneducated use of the land led to soil erosion, and the Virgin Lands epic all came to nothing. The authorities' indifference to their needs gave birth to an aggression within the people. Mass unrest, called the Virgin Lands New Builders Syndrome, accompanied the entire Khrushchev period.
Even this perestroika, how they tore everything down with this perestroika. Gorbachev, they're writing in the newspaper that he's lying in a hospital now. Let him croak there. He ought to be hanged. And Chernomyrdin should be too.
In the last years of its existence, the Komsomol of the USSR played a destructive role and hastened the process of the country's breakup. By 1992, the number of former Komsomol leaders who had entered business was more than 61%. They took advantage of the situation and became rich during the collapse of the USSR, and now they comprise the most wealthy and influential part of the Russian elite.
All young people, literally all of them, are prostitutes. Do you see what they do? Those mobile telephones and those cigarettes? What's that? They walk around with their bare belly buttons. What's that? Is it work? In Stalin's time, they wouldn't have walked around like that.
All the youth organizations that are around now, they're ravings and lies. That American way of life is completely unacceptable for Russians. It's destructive. We just have to eradicate it from our lives. I'm a supporter of National Socialism.